Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, all the hip hop heads worldwide, tengo el honor de presentar al único, inconfundible, the one and only El Marico.
Hertanas, welcome to an episode of Fan Talk. This time, not related to anything that has to do with sports, but Juergen Klinsmann strikes back. Yes, Juergen Klinsmann has made a 22-page paper or diary or timeline public dealing with his and detailed analysis of each one of his days, his 72 or 76 days, 11 weeks at Hertha. And ladies and gentlemen, it is packed with accusations, with talk of lack of trust, with the blatant accusations and some interesting and maybe eye-opening details. I'm going to discuss this whole thing, only the relevant points, because 22 pages, there's quite a lot of material here, and there's a lot of just nastiness that is unnecessary, that probably has no relevance to reality. Just Klinsmann trying to stroke his ego or save his face or whatever it is you want to call it. I call it ridiculousness. However, you know me, I always separate the BS from the juicy bits, and I think that there are 6 major points where Klinsmann has a point. Number 1, lobbying referees. I totally agree with Klinsmann that we are not doing enough lobbying work with the referees. I also agree that Pritz and maybe some other people like to verbally attack them. I used to jump off on my couch and be like, tell him, Pritz, tell him. But as of 3-4 months, I myself am working as a referee. And let me tell you something. Verbally attacking a referee does not get you the results that you want. What gets you the results that you want? Lobby work. Talk to them, analyze with them, be critical but honest, and take the emotions out of it. And then you can have a fruitful relationship with referees in Germany. And I think this is important. We are in most games an underdog. If we can at least have 0.5% more support or have the ref on our side, this will make a giant difference for us. This is a giant thing. So I think lobbying referees is something that we need to focus on. Second, he made a great point when he said that our sports complex is old and not a representation of the time and needs to be overhauled. However, this is not possible because we are under monument protection. So Klinsmann wanted, for example, a hose or a little machine to brush off players' shoes so that they can get into the building with clean shoes. Impossible. Changes cannot be made to our infrastructure, to the main part of our infrastructure, because of this monument protection. He's saying we need to do something about this. Training, the sports complex, the different training fields cannot be isolated from each other. Meaning, he claims that all of our training sessions could be viewable by scouts and other people that are preparing to play against us. If this is true, and I've seen some of the sporting complex, I think he has a point. It could be true. This is a problem. We cannot have the disadvantage that we cannot see or get video material from other teams' training preparations, and we are like an open book. I will not have it. No, something needs to be done there. Maybe when we build the stadium, we need to move our sporting complexes away, or get some type of agreement with the city to knock down some of this Nazi building. I mean, I'm not saying the Olympia Stadium, leave the Olympia Stadium as is, but there's other stuff around it that is really not relevant and just some weird Nazi memorabilia that can go. Knock it down, restructure everything, build it back up, to a modern 2020 soccer stadium or soccer club standards. I agree with you there. Thirdly, I do think that we have some bad squad planning. Klinsmann criticized this. He went a little bit too harsh and said Lukaku was a bad transfer and some other things. I don't agree with everything he said, but I do agree with the following. 4 center backs that are all top class, all trying to play, is a little bit too much. You could have, in my opinion, trimmed out Rekic, because I like Stark, he's just currently in a low form, but Rekic could have gone. You gotta give prospects to John Torunariga. He's an up-and-coming super talent and a superstar. He needs playing time. So you cannot have these 4 people all unhappy with the situation. It's a good situation, but in a way it's a bad situation because it just fattens your squad unnecessary. Kraft as a goalkeeper, I have not been a fan for a long time. Juergen Klinsmann says he's hurt a lot, he's old, he doesn't perform when you put him in. Remember those games that he played in the cup, he did not perform as he should have. He should have been gone. Lecky and Eswine should have been gone. They're old, they're no longer contributing to the team. We have Dilroy soon, we had Jastrzębinski, we had Palko Dada. I think all of those players are better than those 2. Trim him, send him away. Löwen, what happened? Why did we get this guy if there is no foresight? We knew that there was a deal coming, that there are certain places where we need to restructure. Why are you going to bring a guy in, immediately loan him out, and who knows what's going to happen in the future with him? Also, we only have one playmaker, and that's Andre Duda, and we're going to loan him away. We would have needed another one in reserve. Who's going to step up to the plate? Should Duda be in form and get hurt or something like that? So there's clearly structuring issues. He also said that there is no plan how we're going to move forward to the Europa League with our squad. I don't want to say that is true, but I have this gut feeling that Prates or somebody in the office is going to be like, oh, that's looking too far in the future. Right now we're fighting relegation. Hey, what are you doing all day? You should have a plan ready for each scenario. Relegation, lower bottom table, mid-table, winning the league, Champions League, Europa League. You should at least have something in place. I mean, these are all possible outcomes at the start of the season, right? So you should be prepared and, okay, which plan comes into action, whatever. But you need to have scouts and people working on each one of these plans. Who could come in? Who could help us? Who could we make the club attractive if we are playing in Europe? We need to have leads and not just be reactive, be proactive. Number 4, structural issues that go throughout the hierarchy of Hertha. From what he said, it sounded like Hertha was a little bit of an old boys club. Kind of like Bayern Munich, but not as successful. So he said that the president, Werner Gegenbauer, and Michael Prates have full access to everything. The media guys kind of as well, Paul Keuter especially. They ride on the bus to the games. They fly to Orlando to the training camp. They can come and spread their bad moods around the team because they can just walk into the squad room and he said that they even have a locker there and stuff for their own little sports things. If this is true, this is a big problem. The mental of the players, of the team, is the most fragile part of the whole team, of the whole Hertha BSC organization as a whole. If the players' mental is not right, they're not going to play right, we're not going to get the points we need. You know, it all begins with the minds. I think that needs to be protected. I think that on the way to the stadium, if this is true, that on the way to the stadium, they need to be left alone. There shouldn't be no Michael Prates in there cutting faces at people and no Werner Gegenbauer upset because something didn't work out for him. No, these guys need to be isolated, protected, shielded from all that. The less people they interact with that can affect them, the better. I'm not saying that they need to be in a bubble, no. But I feel like manager is like HR. You go there if you have a complaint. You go there to renew your contract. You go there to negotiate. He's the person that signs you on, that extends your contract, and that loans you out. but he's not somebody that's going to have any say-so on tactics, training, none of that. No, that's not your job. That's the coach's job. And I felt like the coach should be left alone to do what he does and not be criticized. Also, Preetz has been in office 11 years. In those 11 years, he went through 13 coaches. Yeah, that's more coaches than years. I used to like him a lot, and I still like him to a certain degree. But I think that his capabilities do not extend to the realm of making a Europa League squad or a Champions League squad, or forging a team that can eventually win the championship. I think you can beautifully manage a team in the second Bundesliga, in the lower tier of the Bundesliga. You can make do. And you did us great favors. But right now, as you all have been announcing with the big million investment from Lars Windhorst and the Tenor Group, there has been a quantum shift. We're now no longer content with lower to middle of the table. We are now looking up. And I think that we need to get somebody that has a little bit of a aura and a charisma like our late trainer Klinsmann. Before all this went down, looking back, I actually think Klinsmann would have been better if we would have brought him in as manager and then Nuri as coach and taken Preetz out. I think that would have worked fantastically. Okay, Klinsmann is a very expensive person now. We can't forget that, how much money he made here in the US as a national coach. He gets his services paid. But, and this is something that you cannot take away from Klinsmann, he is a visionary. He spent a lot of time over here. And I have to admit, I'm a German myself, so I'm speaking from experience, personal experience. Americans have a different way of thinking, a different way of going about it. Germans are very protective of the status quo, very critical, which all these things, and a little bit more conservative. And all these things are fine. The whole, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and criticizing everything. And because when we do stuff, it's the fine-tuned machines like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, these perfectionist things. But what Klinsmann brings to the table is this vision and this innovation. He came to Bayern, when he was a Bayern coach, he brought in these flexible bands and did flexible band workouts. Everybody in Germany laughed about him, clowned him, and guess what? A couple of years later, that became the standard. So this man clearly has the ability to look forward and give you great ideas on what is possible. That would have been a key move, and that would have been killer for Hertha if we could have afforded him. So, in this description, I'm linking a petition to get Preetz removed from office. We're collecting enough. The process starts with a bottom-up approach where we, as the fans, have to collect signatures, take that to the meeting, the general meeting, and then we can have his position voted on and potentially moved out of office. Thank you, Preetz, but after 11 years, even you should be able to understand that we need a new impulse on one of the key positions at Hertha. Number 5, media, marketing, Paul Keuter. I personally have big issues with this guy. When he first came in and he did the whole digitalization of Hertha, good. But who just changes up the song that the anthem, the song that the players walk into without even considering any fans, just saying, you know what, we're Hertha, this Nur noch Hause song is old, we need a new one, Dickes B, Seed is our new song, let's do it. I mean, marketing, media 101, market research, buddy. If you would have asked any fan, they would have told you no. Dickes Bay Seed is a nice song. It's a great anthem for Berlin, but it doesn't fit with Hertha. It doesn't fit with the stadium. It's not even like, it's such a bassy song, you can't even sing along. It's a rap song. How is the Ostkurve gonna sing a rap song? No, I mean, trust me, I love hip hop, I love rap, but I don't think that this is something that is gonna work, sound good, or anything like that. Plus, Dickes Bay doesn't even say Hertha in any of its texts. So can we at least get a version made by Seed for us? I mean, there are so many songs out there that mention us. We could have done something new in collaboration with the fans. You know, there would have been so many great ideas. Just ask me, I would have so many great ideas how this could have been solved better than that. Anyways, back to what Klinsmann was saying. I agree that there is slow, bad, and insufficient responses to a number of incidents. Nankams, racial discrimination, it felt, from my view, it felt like the players had to go on a little strike. Dilrosun removed all pictures from his Instagram account that had to do with Hertha. Why would a young African black person of color go through so much trouble to go through and delete everything? He's clearly upset and did not want to be associated with a team that takes multiple days to respond to a racial discrimination incident. Torunariga, oh, we condone all actions of racism. Okay, but what about, we're gonna do everything possible for us to bring these perpetrators to justice. We're gonna go to the German soccer league and we're gonna say that the second yellow card for Jordan is not justified. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. We're gonna go above and beyond. Y'all always talk about we're no to racism, but when there is a racist incident, there's a little statement. There's a little this. I don't think that if you're gonna portray being against racism, homophobia, and all these things, that is enough. I'm sorry, but I agree with him there, and I'm very touchy on that subject. Now, another thing directly directed to marketing media Paul Keuter, and I'm talking for the entire Hertha North America official fan club here. We all came together. We all came together to support our team in training camp, you know, get some signatures, see some training, see the test match. We tweeted, emailed, called, texted. I mean, we did everything that we could do to reach out to these guys. Hey, when it's official training, we're coming down, we're bringing so many people, we wanna represent our official fan club. We wanna, see what's going on. We wanna have some access to the players. What is there? All we ever get back was, oh, we have you, give me a phone number, we're gonna call you or text you with when the availabilities are. We're gonna get back to you. We're working on it. And nothing ever came back. I mean, Breaking Down Walls tour. Why are you even over here if you're not trying to build a fan base here? What are you doing here? You're just going over here because the sun is nice? No! Y'all are always saying y'all want to expand the brand and y'all see the United States and North America as a great market for Hertha and yada yada. Yo, y'all are just talk and no action. No action at all. We missed out and none of us were able to go to Orlando because we went to St. Petersburg, Florida to see the test game. That's 2 to 3 hours drive from Orlando. Am I just gonna go sit in my car, drive all the way over there, potentially having to break into this resort to then not be wanted there? Hertha, I love you, but I don't want you to hurt my feelings like that. I don't want to show up to a training camp or a workout or something and then be turned back after I drove from Atlanta, Georgia to St. Petersburg, Florida, got my Airbnb and everything set up because we didn't hear back from anybody when we can we go over there? Is it possible to see the training? Nothing. So the whole time we're waiting for responses and we get back nothing. Nothing. I pull up at the St. Petersburg test match against Eintracht Frankfurt, and I see, a dude with a camera from the media, from Hertha, and I approach him and I tell him basically everything I said just now, how dissatisfied I was, and I told him, get yourself a raise or whatever, push these things that I told you. Maybe, people are just not capable or just not seeing these things, and you can make a change there. Do that for me. The only thing he could tell me is like, oh yeah, this guy over here that y'all are standing with, he was there the whole time. All training was publicly viewable. He was there. Isn't he one of you guys? No, he wasn't. He was an American Hertha fan, but no, he wasn't one of us. And if it's that clear that everything is open, why did nobody get back to us? So again, why is the whole media and marketing Paulkeuter, why are you in Orlando in the first place? Send a couple of people with a microphone and a camera and get your ass and stay in Berlin and do your job, man. No, everybody is out there, according to Klinsmann, having a vacation. He said way too many people, unnecessary, just distracting for the team. They're there smoking cigarettes and drinking wine. And you know what? It sounds so damn believable. It does. I mean, y'all were probably drunk the whole time that y'all couldn't tell us, hey, yeah, you guys can pull up at training anytime. Glad to have some Hertha fans over here. Awesome. Number 2, at the game. Before the game, we meet Frankfurt fans the night before. They tell us they have an OFC in Texas or whatever. They only need 7 people to form an OFC. For Hertha, you need 25. And our president of Hertha North America had to jump through massive hoops to get an OFC registered here. We are over 60 people, signatures, copies from driver's license. I mean, we have all the paperwork. They cannot send this man back an email in English. Every correspondence is done in German. It took months to get to a registered OFC. The next point, we pull up at the game, and there is a nice little gazebo stand from Frankfurt. The first 200 Frankfurt fans through the door were given a scarf, Eintracht Frankfurt scarf, little flag, and I'm like, where's the Hertha stand? Where Hertha stand? No. Why? Where? Who? What? If you wanna expand the fan base, marketing 101, swag items. I mean, there are neutral people that come there. I mean, the place was almost sold out. There was so many people there. Hey, get yourself a Hertha scarf and here's a little flag, let's go. Become a Hertha supporter. I make you a Hertha supporter by giving you this. I mean, this is where it starts. It starts on the boots on the ground, guys. I was so disappointed. We looked so bad across the board. I mean, the good thing was that after the game, the players that were there took their time to sign my ball, including Klinsmann, Jahrstein, sign my flag. At least I have, I've been wanting to do this. And I was like, yo, I'm going to go to Orlando. I'm going to get my stuff signed. So when I do my YouTube channel, I'm going to be official. If they didn't have this test game, I would be sitting here with an empty flag. This ball would just be sitting here looking blue and white with no signatures. I mean, come on, guys. Point number 6, fitness and medicine department. I mean, there is so much data available to us that we know that Klinsmann is right about this. Why is it that every year for the past, I don't know how many years, we always play this horrible second part of the season? It comes back down to fitness and player health. We always have people with torn muscles. Why is that? The players are not fit. There's not the proper nutritioning, not the right supplements, and so that fitness and medicine department. Oh my God, I've had issues. Do you guys know that our head doctor is a orthopedist? Yeah, he's an orthopedist. In 2020, a big city club like Hertha BSC Berlin does not have somebody that studied maybe sports medicine? Jesus, guys, this is ridiculous. I discussed this with a good friend of mine, my oracle from Hamburg. He's a Hamburg sports club fan, not St. Pauli, the other one with the, weird shifted square. And he said that Hamburg had the exact same issue. They had people that were just there making a check, trying to rake in more money. They were all about their own job safety and whatever. They would send people for unnecessary MRIs and CAT scans and send to physiotherapy. The player's like, yeah, I'm fit, I can play. But the doctor is trying to get a check. Is like, nah, we send him for another CAT scan, maybe another MRI, and at least 3 more weeks of physical therapy. And it feels like our guys is the same. It's time for upgrade, guys. If he's been there for I don't know how many years and he's an orthopedist, it's just time for upgrade, man. Let's get a young sports medicine doctor in there that has innovative techniques when it comes to rehabilitation, when it comes to nutritioning, when it comes to physical therapy. I mean, come on, guys. This is an ever-evolving field and we still have an orthopedist? And the next point, why this is the last and grand point of all points, we brought in Arne Friedrich as performance manager. I mean, this dude is a dude, man. He is, hell yeah. He comes in there, he has now a record of blood analysis of all the players. He's setting benchmark for performance assessment, individual player nutritioning, individual care for the players, individual supplements. In 2020, we don't have that yet? We need a Juergen Klinsmann to come there to bring somebody in like that? Because everybody's just, oh, let's do it like we always do it. We've been doing this for 20 years, guys. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Come on, guys. You know me, Nah, man. Out with the old, in with the new. I mean, the people who we should be orientating ourselves after is none other than Bayern Munich. They always win. They always innovate. They are currently setting the bar. Do you know that they have a data center that is, I don't know how big, but it's supposedly pretty huge for just one company's data center? Do we have that? Oh no, we don't even have data for blood analysis or individual diet and how does a player's performance correlate to these different factors. No, we don't need that. Everybody just gets pasta before the game. Pasta, that's fine. Prince probably said like, oh, when I was a striker in 1995, we only had pasta. We were fine then, Well, dude, soccer, football is not the same anymore. Now players are thinking quicker, reacting quicker, sprinting more. I mean, oh guys, we gotta keep up with the times. We gotta innovate. All right, that basically brings everything together, concludes everything. Yes, Klinsmann, this was unnecessary because a lot of it, what you said, was not professional. It was just taking jabs at Werner Gegenbauer, Paul Keuter, Preetz. You could have definitely brought this out and seen like, hey, I love Hertha. These are 6 things that need to change if we want to compete. And that's it. None of the, oh, I wasn't treated well here, and that I didn't get recognition for that. Nah, keep all that pansiness, man. You are a professional. You're just hurting yourself and hurting us. And this didn't really have to make public unless, and here comes Selecta with another conspiracy theory, we need change at these positions, as in president and manager, can only be realized bottom up. So maybe he's also trying to trigger an uproar from fans. And best believe it, I am roaring. I'm not happy with Klinsmann, but I got some eye-openers that I agree with, that I never even thought of before. And yes, let's get freaking mad. Let's sign this petition that's down here in the description. Let's get Prince out of there. Gegenbauer can go to. Ingo Schiller, I think, is alright, because he brought on KPMG or whoever sponsored us, and then brought on the Tenor Group with Lars Windhorst. I think he's doing a good job. I think fantastic. Gegenbauer, I don't know. I can't really gauge it so much, but when in doubt, I'm sure we can find some competent people. Fitness, medicine. Okay, fitness. We now got Leupard, whatever his name is. I want to see how we do with under him. Medicine department. Paul Keuter, Preetz, out. From Atlanta, Georgia. Ha ho hey, Hertha BSC.
Ladies and gentlemen,